But we begin tonight with some very exciting cherry blossom news. The trees have officially reached peak bloom, and it happened earlier than expected. The National Park Service broke the news around 4 o'clock this afternoon. And of course, we headed straight to the tidal basin right away to get this beautiful video. And we weren't the only ones down there. You can see folks were still hanging out as the sun set this evening. What a pretty Sunday. And this, of course, a time-lapse video from the Earth Cam at the tidal basin. Take a look at all that traffic and just the sun setting over a beautiful Washington, D.C. spring evening. It was certainly a beautiful day to check out the blossoms. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Delia Gonsalves. As we just mentioned, this year's peak bloom came ahead of schedule. So let's go straight to meteorologist Michaela Lucero to give us some more context on that. Michaela, so I hear this is the fastest bloom that we've had in years.
Yeah, that's right, Delia. I actually heard from Mike Litteris from the National Park Service earlier today, and he told me that it only took 15 days to go from green buds up to peak bloom, which is the fastest we've seen since 1992. So definitely on the quicker side. So what exactly is peak bloom? Well, we categorize peak bloom as 70% of the Yoshino cherry trees being open around the tidal basin and the National Mall. And let's figure out, how does that compare to years past? Well, here's some dates that we've been watching over the last, several years. The peak we saw last year was on the 23rd, so more than a week from where we are now. Average peak is actually early April. The earliest we've ever seen, that was more than 30 years ago, 1990, the 15th. And the latest peak was past the 15th of April, April 18th, back in 1958. And we saw peak today on the 17th. So just 2 days after the earliest peak we've ever seen. Now, coming up in a little bit, we'll have a few more details on the cherry trees and how the winds that we're going to see this week are going to affect those trees.